say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Greetings, Provost Kumar, Dean Wendland, distinguished guests, faculty, students, families, and everyone gathered today virtually in support of the graduates. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 2020 Johns Hopkins University Krieger School of Arts and Sciences Master's Degree Virtual Ceremony. I am Veronica Donahue, the Associate Dean for Graduate Professional Programs. It is an honor to be with you all today and to share in the celebration of your accomplishments. All of us have tremendous pride in you. You have worked so hard for this day, semester after semester, year after year, and now at a time when things that are always certain become so very uncertain. Enjoy the success you have achieved in today's celebration, and in the future, remember, you are now forever a Blue Jay. It is my pleasure to begin our ceremony this afternoon by introducing Dr. Beverly Wendland, the James B. Knapp Dean of the Zanfeld Krieger School of Arts and Sciences. Dean Wendland is a distinguished scholar, teacher, administrator, and mentor. She assumed the Krieger School's deanship in February of 2015. Dean Wendland is renowned for her scholarship in bioengineering and neuroscience. She has written or co-authored many scientific publications and is widely recognized as an expert on fundamental cellular processes. In 2015, she was named a Fellow of the American Association for the Advancement of Science. Dean Wendland holds a BA from the University of California, San Diego, where she majored in bioengineering. She earned a PhD in neurosciences from Stanford University. She has been a faculty member of Johns Hopkins since 1998 and became chair of the biology department in 2009. She also holds a joint appointment in the Department of Biophysics. During her tenure at Johns Hopkins, Dean Wendland has received funding from the National Institutes of Health and the National Science Foundation to study yeast cell function. Her work in this area could lead to better understanding and ultimately better treatments for human illnesses such as cancer and neurodegenerative diseases. Please join me in welcoming Dean Wendland.
Thank you, Dean Donahue. Good afternoon and welcome to our trustees, alumni, parents, families, friends, and most of all, to our newest degree recipients, today's graduates of master's degrees and certificate programs in the Krieger School of Arts and Sciences. This day marks a great achievement in your life, and we are all very proud of you. The Johns Hopkins degree you receive today represents the culmination of much hard work, a significant time commitment, steady focus, and staunch dedication. I imagine many of you were asked at some point, why are you going back to or continuing on with your education? And I'm pretty sure there are many answers to that question. Whether you came here to increase your expertise in your field, to build bridges to a new career, or to complement your professional or personal life, I hope you also have experienced the joys of higher learning. What I remember from my own graduate experience are those aha moments, those times when concepts became crystal clear, when I found myself getting excited about a particular assignment because it meant pushing myself, expanding my body of knowledge, and becoming an expert in a field that was meaningful to me. And I trust that you also value those aha moments, the ones where you became so engaged with the project or an assignment that you were even dreaming about it. Or those times when you left a class discussion, exhilarated by the exchange of ideas and inspired by the conversations with other curious, creative, and driven classmates and faculty. Today, you leave Hopkins intellectually richer and graced with new and broader perspectives of your field and its place in our world. And as you also go forward as representatives and alumni of Johns Hopkins University. As such, you will be looked to as experts in your field. I have no doubt that you will represent the Hopkins community well. As you head into exciting new paths in your lives, I am confident that you are off to make a difference in the world, perhaps teaching or conducting postgraduate work, or heading into the nonprofit world, or toward industry. So, with such a vast array of disciplines and such multiple directions, is there anything you share in common? I think so. You share a thirst for knowledge, a pursuit of excellence, a desire to achieve, and a quest to make a difference. These are extraordinary qualities which have led you here today. And so, I congratulate you on the admirable accomplishments you have made in the Krieger School of Arts and Sciences, and I wish you well as you move into the next phase of your lives and prepare to pursue your next dream. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Sunil Kumar, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs at Johns Hopkins University. Provost Kumar took office as the 15th Provost of Johns Hopkins University on September 1st, 2016. He is the Chief Academic Officer responsible for promoting and coordinating the university's teaching and research mission. He oversees the university's 9 schools, as well as several interdisciplinary programs and academic centers. Provost Kumar previously served as Dean of the University of Chicago's Booth School of Business, as well as the George Pratt Schultz Professor of Operations Management. During his tenure at Chicago, Dr. Kumar concentrated on broadening and strengthening the intellectual footprint of the business school, including expanding the faculty, supporting increasingly diverse student aspirations, and expanding the reach of the school's programs. Before joining the Booth School of Business, Dr. Kumar spent 14 years on the faculty of the Stanford University Graduate School of Business, where he was the Fred H. Merrill Professor of Operations, Information, and Technology. He also served as Senior Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, overseeing the school's MBA program. Born in India, Dr. Kumar received a Master of Engineering degree in Computer Science and Automation from the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore, and a Bachelor of Engineering from Mangalore University in Surathkal. He earned a PhD in Electrical Engineering from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. It gives me great pleasure to present Provost Sunil Kumar.
Thank you, Dean Wendland. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us virtually to congratulate and celebrate the graduating class of 2020. I hope you and your extended family and friends are doing well during these trying times. And I'm sorry we're not able to be together in person to mark this important milestone. I'm honored to be among the first to congratulate our graduates. I'd like to applaud you for an exceptionally demanding and hopefully rewarding job well done. Today's graduates know as well as anyone that Johns Hopkins requires a great deal of its students. There have probably been times during the course of your studies when some of you thought too much was expected, but you persevered. You accomplished the difficult and in some cases, the seemingly impossible. And that's as it should be, and that's as it needs to be with people as talented and determined as you. That said, no person accomplishes what we are celebrating today without the help, support, and love of others. Graduates, we are thankful for your dedication, and our hopes for you are boundless. But you owe at least a little bit of your success to someone else. Will you please think of someone or a group of people, whether it's a parent, a partner, a professor, the person who listened to you, or a cup of coffee, whoever it is, and give a round of applause. This is a special day, one you likely won't forget. I believe that such special days, marked by high ceremony, are days to celebrate achievement, set aspiration, and reaffirm responsibilities. I have already congratulated you for your perseverance through a challenging program. Let me also congratulate you for choosing to invest in yourself and consciously making the choice that further study is essential to achieving your goals, understanding the subtle, the fluid, the necessarily arcane, in order to have a better understanding of the world and what you can achieve in it. You have chosen a path that demanded creativity, innovation, sound evidence, and rigorous thinking. I congratulate you because these choices will remain with you as you go through life. This is the time for you to reset aspiration. Here, I would like to use the words of Daniel Coit Gilman, the first president of Johns Hopkins, at his inaugural address on February 22, 1876. Neither the university nor the world is what it was then, but his words ring true nonetheless. Remote utility is quite as worthy to be thought of as immediate advantage. Those ventures are not always the most sagacious that expect a return on the morrow. It sometimes pays to send our argosies across the seas, to make investments with an eye to slow but sure returns. In setting your aspiration, I encourage you to think of the long term, and not just the returns to you, but of the returns to society. It won't be enough for you to do well. You must do good. And this is particularly important in challenging times like today. To quote Gilman again, the object of the university is to develop character. It misses its aim if it produces learned pedants or simple artisans or cunning sophists or pretentious practitioners. Its purport is not so much to impart knowledge to the pupils as whet the appetite, exhibit methods, develop powers, strengthen judgment, and invigorate the intellectual and moral forces. It should prepare for the service of society a class of students who will be wise, thoughtful, progressive guides in whatever department of work or thought they may be engaged. In you, the highest aspirations of the university are realized. If we are to live by Gilman's words and be true to his conception of the university, then you must serve society by being wise, thoughtful, progressive guides. I realize I am saddling you with a last assignment even as you graduate, but I feel I would be remiss in my duties if I did not charge you thus. We as a society need you to create what is currently inconceivable, to discover what has proven stubbornly undiscovered, to reach the previously unreachable. We are depending on you to help others live healthier, more enlightened lives. We are counting on you to make ours a more equitable, peaceful, and just world. This ceremony merely symbolizes that you are eminently qualified to help deliver the difficult and even the seemingly impossible. And you are better prepared today than when you started on your journey. To be Gilman's guides for society is your primary responsibility, but my list of responsibilities for you has not ended. In the eyes of the world, you are Johns Hopkins University. The average citizen is more likely to meet you than one of our faculty. So represent us well. As you choose your careers and your paths through society, be sure to choose wisely so that you may find your future to be both consequential and rewarding. And may you have the wisdom to know what is both consequential and rewarding to you. I realize that my comments thus far have been tinged by hubris. I have had the temerity to demand a lot of you and have proffered not much in exchange. For our part, the university will continue to invest in its educational mission, reimagining curricula and ensuring that we best prepare future generations of students, even in these difficult times. I pledge us to live by Gilman's words. Best teachers are usually those who are free, competent, and willing to make original researches in the library and the laboratory. The best investigators are usually those who also have the responsibility of instruction, thus gaining the incitement of colleagues, the encouragement of pupils, and the observation of the public. Finally, I remind you that you're part of the Johns Hopkins family now and forever, and there is much to be had by staying in touch. You never know how you might benefit from the relationship in the future, or how you might be able to contribute in a way that makes possible for someone else what you're commemorating today. Finally, to paraphrase Gilman one last time, today you launch your bark upon the Patapsco and send it forth to unknown seas. May its course be guided by looking to the heavens, and the voyage promote the good of humankind. What else is there to say now but congratulations? I wish you nothing but success in all your future endeavors. Make Johns Hopkins proud.
It is a pleasure and an honor to introduce David Hodgson as the Krieger School of Arts and Sciences commencement speaker today. Mr. Hodgson is Vice Chairman and Managing Director of General Atlantic, a global growth private equity firm. He joined General Atlantic in 1982 and has over 35 years of experience identifying and assisting portfolio companies worldwide in all areas of their development. Mr. Hodgson is a former chair and current member of the Board of Trustees of Johns Hopkins Medicine. He serves on the Board of Directors of Johns Hopkins Healthcare and Johns Hopkins Medicine International. He is chair of the Manhattan Theater Club and also currently serves as a member of the Dartmouth College Board of Trustees and is a member of the Advisory Council at Stanford Graduate School of Business. Mr. Hodgson is a trustee emeritus of Johns Hopkins University. He holds an AB in Mathematics and Social Sciences from Dartmouth College and an MBA from the Stanford University Graduate School of Business. Please welcome Mr. David Hodgson.
Dean Wendland, distinguished faculty, graduates, family and friends, congratulations. Today, our graduates, through their talent, perseverance, and passion, and with the support of faculty, family, and friends, enter a rarefied elite. Only about 1 in 8 Americans complete graduate studies. That number is much smaller on a global basis. And within each of your chosen fields, the number of people who have attained your level of training and expertise is probably far fewer than 1 in 100, perhaps more like 1 in 1,000 or 10,000 globally. So prepare to wince. You are now all elite 1%ers, standouts in your areas of expertise. I'm speaking to you today because I'm a 1%er too, in the more pejorative sense of the word, I'm afraid, but also because I have a graduate degree, and for another reason I'll get to later. For the last 38 years, I've been a growth investor. My job has revolved around identifying entrepreneurial companies and helping them thrive. For me, it has been unbelievably fun, excruciatingly frustrating, and dizzyingly ever-changing, and it seems to me that's about all an intelligent person can ask for in a career. For you, you've chosen a path of knowledge, learning, and creativity that will deliver the same if you let it. The life of an expert is never quite what it appears from the outside. I'll use investing as an example. Most people think the whole trick is picking the right companies to invest in. Most investment management courses focus on a priori analysis. But in my experience, selection is only about 20% of what differentiates great investing. The other 80% is the work we must do to help growing businesses be successful, building management teams, entering new international markets, adding product lines, and to respond to all the things that don't go according to plan. I also laugh at programs like Shark Tank, where investors sit in judgment on new businesses, holding their futures in their hands. Making new investments does feel a lot like Shark Tank, but in reverse. Entrepreneurs have become increasingly sophisticated, demanding investors who can not only supply capital, but help change the outcome for their businesses through ongoing support, contacts, even sales into their other portfolio companies. They are more often the ones sitting in the comfortable chairs as we stand in front of them, nervously expounding on our value-added resources and hoping to convince them to choose us. And we fail all the time. Here are just a few of the entries on my wall of shame. On my first try at investing, I lost my entire stake and the company went bankrupt. 10 years later, Jeff Bezos of Amazon chose John Doerr over me to be his lead investor. 10 years after that, I got called before the Chancellor of the Exchequer to get a chewing out for the failure of one of my investments in the United Kingdom. Experts get it wrong every day. You will probably be less prone to failure than I, but you will fail. And how you respond to failure is probably the single most important thing in determining your success as a professional and as a human being. There's a quote I've always kept in front of me that helps me keep failure in perspective. It's from Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 14. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. Attributed by legend to Solomon, although almost certainly not his work, Ecclesiastes is an incredibly challenging compendium of an expert's wisdom. It's a beating down of human pretension and a reminder of how little we know and how little we matter in this vast universe. It reminds me to never take failure personally, to instead learn from it and build new wisdom that may allow me and others to avoid the same mistakes in the future. A study commissioned by the World Health Organization found that good hospitals all followed pretty much the same procedures, with the same expert practitioners, but that some were much safer than others. The difference between the good and the outstanding hospitals had to do with how they dealt with mistakes, with failure. The outstanding ones were humble enough to recognize they made mistakes, not caught up in trying to cover up or explain failure. And they committed every resource in their arsenal to correct mistakes or make the very best of a tough situation. So it is, I believe, in investing. I get it wrong. Companies get it wrong. But if we are brave enough to accept our mistakes and committed enough to correct them, we generally get an okay outcome. Not blazing glory, mind you, but recovering from mistakes is as important to investment returns as riding big winners. I mentioned that I was a 1%er in another way, and it is the reason I'm so involved with Johns Hopkins. My oldest son, John, is autistic. For a young parent, to be told your child has a pervasive developmental disorder, will probably never go to Hopkins, may never speak, well, it's devastating. All parents want their children to grow up to be Hopkins grads, experts like all of you, or if not that, at least President of the United States. Autism feels like the worst kind of failure. As a parent, you cry a lot. You're defensive. You assume everyone blames you. The simplest suggestions of well-meaning family and friends can set you off. There's a quote from Benjamin Constant that I've always thought captures the danger inherent in loving someone as much as we love our children. Forgive me, it's in French, but the French have always had a reputation for knowing love. L'amour est de tous les sentiments le plus égoïste, et lorsqu'il est blessé, le moins généreux. Roughly, love is the most egotistical of emotions, and when it is wounded, the least generous. In parenting, the hardest thing is to set ego aside and simply allow yourself to support your child in what they need most. My wife Lori and I were lucky enough to meet an expert, a Johns Hopkins faculty member, who has helped us create the best possible support system for our son. Experts from Hopkins have worked with us and with many other committed professionals to allow John to make amazing progress despite his profound handicap. John finally learned to speak recognizable words when he was 16, certainly the latest onset of speech we know of. He does astounding things every day that frustrate and delight us in turn, and we have learned so much from him about the nature of expectations and love. When I was just out of grad school, a very wise business mentor told me, "Dave, you don't choose your causes in life, they choose you." I would never have chosen research into autism therapy, believe me. Nor would I have ever chosen another cause with which I've been lucky enough to be associated for over 30 years: social entrepreneurship. My company was founded by one of the most amazing philanthropists of all time, Charles Feeney, subject of the book The Billionaire Who Wasn't. Chuck has given away nearly everything he's made in life, more than $8 billion, most of it anonymously. I once asked him why he was insistent on being anonymous, and his answer has stuck with me to this day. He said it was the only way he could be sure of his motives in making a charitable gift, that it couldn't be for recognition or gratitude, not driven by ego. It could only be because the cause was worthy and needed his help. Now, I don't think I had a charitable bone in my body when I met Chuck. I could barely pay my credit card bills. But he inspired my firm to start Echoing Green, one of the pioneers in supporting social entrepreneurship. Through Echoing Green, I was privileged to meet many amazing people, but 3 extraordinary women stand out. Wendy Kopp, founder of Teach for America and now Teach for All. Maya Ajmera, Hopkins adjunct faculty member, founder of Global Fund for Children, and president of Society for Science in the Public. And Cheryl Dorsey, Baltimore native, founder of the Family Van and president of Echoing Green. At the time we met, they were each Echoing Green Fellows, young leaders who had experienced what we call a moment of obligation, a moment when your cause chooses you. And they each made the decision to lean in to what must have been a puzzling choice to their friends and family. Because Wendy, Maya, and Cheryl, brilliant, well-educated, personable, could have done anything. But they chose to help make the world a better place. Recently, social entrepreneurs have been turning their attention to the importance of ecosystem, the support system that allows great ideas like Wendy's, Maya's, and Cheryl's to flourish. One example is impact investing, and I joined with some other financial folks who were supporters of Echoing Green to create the Social Entrepreneurs Fund. Impact investing, with the implicit mixing of financial and social objectives, is hard to define and harder to do. Making trade-offs between different kinds of impact, let alone financial return and social return, is truly daunting. If you want to get technical, it is probably impossible, at least according to Nobel economist Ken Arrow, whose PhD thesis examined social choice and individual values, leading to his general impossibility theorem. I'm lucky enough to be advised by one of Arrow's students, Michael Spence, also a Nobel laureate, and we often bemoan the incredible complexity of social choice. Take COVID-19. We have turned the world upside down, turned your graduation upside down, to protect the lives of our most vulnerable fellow human beings. Oh, there's plenty of complaining about the economic cost, the social cost of our reaction. But mainly, we've listened to experts in public health, in infectious disease, in health systems management, as they've asked us to pay an enormous price to save the lives of people we probably will never know. I think there are 2 important things you can take away from this extraordinary moment in history. First, experts like you can turn the world upside down with your insights. Your colleagues from the Bloomberg School of Public Health and Johns Hopkins Medicine have shown us that. And second, the world is capable of incredibly heroic choices. much every country on earth has chosen economic and social pain in order to save vulnerable lives. This choice for human life above all else is astounding. And I think there's hope for the human race yet, if it can act on love. Because that's what love ultimately comes down to. A choice. You can't guarantee your commitment will be rewarded with the return you deserve. You will fail again and again in the career you love and with the people you love. But when you're an old coot like me, it is the choices you committed to, not necessarily the results they delivered, that will make you most proud. And I believe your choices are going to change the world. Now, in gratitude for all that Hopkins has made possible for him, and for all you will do to help others in your field, John would like to give you a small gift. For the past 10 years, John has worked with a talented artist and PhD candidate to develop his own painting skills. We've turned some of his art into phone cases, and John would like each of you to have one as a graduation gift. You can make your selection online, and it will be shipped to you. And so all that's left is for us to say thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hodgson, for a wonderful and inspiring address to our graduates. Now we will proceed to the recognition of our graduates. This moment marks the culmination of much hard work, the realization of dedicated collaboration among students, faculty, staff, and practitioners, and an eagerness to go forth and share the knowledge, skills, and perspectives that have been gained in our graduate programs at the Zanfield Krieger School of Arts and Sciences.
Master of Arts in Biology, Danielle Helena Duckworth. Master of Arts in Biophysics, Liana Islam, Madiyar Kakinjad, Fabiana Carolina Malaga Gadea, Yasaman Mogadamnia. Master of Arts in Chemistry, Sumiodip Banerjee, Danielle Renee Bautista, Ryan Patrick Brady, John Thomas Ferguson, Alexandra Faith Gittins, Swarav Hazarika, Yuyang G, Chifeng Jiang, Muhammad Kazim, Huijin Lee, Bingchen Liu, Eric James Peterson, Lucas Allen Presley, Marta Sleva, Ting-Yu Wen, Jessica Nicole Zarenkowitz. Master of Arts in Classics, Skylar Jean Hurst, William Herbert Lewis, Emma Kari Rolsvig. Master of Arts in Cognitive Science, Lucas Shah Adams, Suhas Govinda Rajan Arahali, Wenjia Chen, Nicole Virginia Dickerson, An New Yin, Ayushi Pandey, Rennie Marcella Pasquinelli, Natalia Filipova, Paul Michael Solus. Master of Arts in Earth and Planetary Sciences, Amandeep Vashisht, Ian David Yesalonis. Master of Arts in Economics, Maylee Khan Farrat, Emma Kansian Kalish, Jakri Kusakul, Strahil Emilov Lepov, An T. Van Nguyen, Tao Wang, Xinyu Zhao. Master of Arts in English, Aditya Mohan Batel, Mitchell Allen Cram, Alexandra Maria Lasada, Atsede Retta McConan, Ty Catherine Matthews, Daniel Thomas McClurkin, Alexander Michael Strime. Masters of Arts in German and Romance Languages and Literatures, Isabelle Monette. Master of Arts in History. Shai Alexander Allison Gerber, Lee Michael Boraz Johnson, Nir Iden, Thomas Keegan, Kevin William Kind, Zwei Kunstadt, Ryan Edward Mewett, Elliot Robert Root, Gregory J. Smalden, Christina Joy Thomas, Alan R. Van den Arend. Master of Arts in History of Art. Maya Danielle Kahani. Master of Arts in History of Science and Technology. Ryan James Hardy. Master of Arts in Mathematics. Sing-Si An. Eric Morgan Cochran. Benjamin K. Deese. Xiao Qi Huan. Chunjun Lang. Travis James Ledbetter. Chiao Chang Meng. David Myers. Sean Waverly Owen. Jiayi Wang. Qiwan Wang. Zicheng Yi. Master of Arts in Near Eastern Studies. Gregory Paul Church. Megan Holly Carolyn Lewis. Catherine Ann Medill. Laurel Ames Pullman. Master of Arts in Physics and Astronomy. Prashant Kumar Chauhan. Melissa Danny Diamond. Elizabeth A. Johnson. William Darcy Kenworthy. Timothy Richard Reeder. Elizaveta Sazanova. Shankar Nelicheri Shivarajan. Brian David Welch. Yuan Shu. Master of Arts in Political Science. Julietta Casas. Megan Elizabeth Charlton. Valerie Johanna Cornelia DeCosier. Nandini Day. Alona Olga Dolinsky. Colin James Eubank. Thomas Joseph Mann. Yun Chen Tien. Tvertko Verdoyak. Master of Arts in Psychological and Brain Sciences. Cheong Kao. Caitlin Amy Corona. Clarice Anna Diebold. Jacob Gant Elzy. T.K. Jones. Yunfei Liu. Alex T. Mitko. Master of Arts in Sociology. Conrad Jacober. Master of Fine Arts in Writing Seminars. Elias Baez. Emma Zahava Bogdanoff. Emma D. Dries. Louis B. Follis. Sawyer Polk Huff. Gregory John Scalisi. Marlo Starr. Stephanie M. Ullman. Master of Science in Biology. Shiyu Liu. Clement Ojo Jr. Master of Science in Chemical Biology. Lauren Elizabeth Bambarger. Tony Elijah Dorado. Andrew Lee Eller. Kayla Marie Sheets. Sean Thomas Spizak. Master of Science in Neuroscience. Junhee L. Lee. Master of Arts in Communication. Norris Ivan Agnew. Kyle Kealoha Aldus. Timothy Alexander. Rubaiyat Ali. Tracy M. Allen. Jacqueline Laverne Alston. Algerson Andre. Brianna Teresa Arcudi. Jennifer Aravallo. Neiman Bai. William Edward Bates, Mickey Bowden, Morgan Elizabeth Butler, Taylor Stephen Butts, Shaylee Carmona, Philip Peter Chan, Danning Chen, Raquel Marie Clark, Victoria Conti, Julia Cook, Alden Catherine Cornwell, Frances Marie Correa Uffner, Yvette Shante Crenshaw, Nicole Lynette Pegas Dangerfield, Carrie Mayene Davenport, Chanel Lynn Davis, Bridget Marie Dungu, Anne Dronier, Matthew Ida Miller, Yuting Fang, Amy Young Filko, Rachel Elizabeth Fishman, Joshua Faust, Kurt Fredrickson, Laura Fuentes, Anthony Van Gardner, Jillian Ryan Gates, Soraya Sahar Ghani, Courtney Page Grant, Michelle Lynn Gray, Michael Joseph Grecki, Sandra Haddad, Deanna Adrian Hairston, Shannon M. Harris, Vance Patrick Hicken, Haneen Nitham Hindi, Kelly Michelle Hocking, Sally Holland, Wenyu Howe, Tien Tien Hugh, Sarah Jackson, Allison Michelle Javery, G. Gia, Ying Jiang, Aaron Jimenez, Kaina Jin, Zhengxi Jin, Amanda Johnson, Nicholas Brandon Jones, Serhey Kolomitsev, Ryutaro Kaneko, Ashley Duque Kienzel, Kayla Lee Latarte, June Lee, Jingyao Lee, Mingran Lee, Yanfeng Lee, Yitong Ling, Ke-Ying Liu, Kui-Fan Liu, Catherine Anastasia Lynch, Chin-Yi Ma, Jordan C. Macy, Rhiannon McDevitt, Ashley Rebecca McGee, Simone Alms McKitterick, Kimberly Mineo, Marie Ann Michaels, Connor Timothy Moriarty, Kaylee Noose, Marcella Palmer, Casey Patek, Yu Pei, Briley Irene Pinkney, Catherine Lauren Polk, Laura Pretus, Rebecca Catherine Pugh, Jamit Rao, Jennifer Riding, Wendy Rigby, Erin Victoria Roan, Valeria Sabade, Danny Lou Santos Price, Sudina Shakya, Chin-Yi Shen, Angela Kelly Smith, Hao Sun, Angela Suresh, Wendon Tan, Jocelyn Elizabeth Thornton, Robert Thorpe, Alexis Thrower, Olivia Ann Trubin, Parentorn Tongtawi, Jaya Vadlamudi, Nicole Michelle Verkamp, Chiao Chuang Wang, Mi A. Whartonby, Renard Tyree Weddington, Eugene Wei, Michael Ayala Werner, Nancy Britton White, Chin-Fu Chi, Jia-Jing Chu, Yuhan Chu, Jianyu Yang, Fei-He Yu, Michael P. Zetz, Zan Chang, Ming Yang Zhang, Shaiki Zhang, Ziyi Zhao, Meng Yuan Zhu, Wenting Zhu. Master of Arts in Communication, Certificate in Nonprofit Management. Samantha Ashley Bennett. Susan Kong. Master of Arts in Film and Media. Brian Garcia Bruce. Catherine Marie Martin. Rachel Marie Morgan. Joseph John O'Hagan Jr. Aaron Lee Outland. Neiman Outland. Robert Louis Parker. Jonathan James Ryan. Scott Lawrence Williams. Ling Li Ching Yang. Jingchuan Zhu. Master of Science in Research Administration. Cheryl Anita Birch. Catherine Danielle Boy. Dominique Caudle. Celia Pamela Corona Villalobos. Lisa Elaine Costin. Jason David Cottom. Joseph Neil Dunn. Sherilyn Danielle Garcia Hinojosa. Jacqueline Dimas Godoy. Andrea Sue Haddad. Jasmine Laura Jaber. Elizabeth Christina Hartnett Jager. Min Soo Kim. Ong Felix Kurniawan. Judith Mumpenji Mbanza. Siobhan Darnice McMullen Jackson. Catherine Kaufman Michael. Kimberly Elise Moore. Amanda Putnick Sly. Sydney Milan Smith. Diem Mong Ta. Cynthia Ann Todd. Judy Ann Wilhide. Michael Christopher Wood. Master of Arts in Global Security Studies. Erica J. Arnold. Andrew Baldwin. Yelizaveta Bartholomew. Matthew William Bauer. Evander Brandt Biondi Copeland. Baxter Davis Carr. Colby Anthony Connolly. Renee Lauren Caloris. Anna Michelle DeGraff. Emily Elizabeth Doran. Carson Von Doyle. Shannon Ashley Ginest. Oren Hal Hassal. Bakit Ikram Bakab. Farida Amir Ismail. Constance Ann Lee. Timothy Andrew Lonchino. John Terrence McGuire. Charles Harrison McMillan. Jack A. Miller. Nathaniel Motley. Moses Enoch Novice. Francis Scott Nelson. Richard Vin Nguyen Lee. Barry Matthew Shapiro. Jawid Shinwari. William Ryan Stevens. Caleb Taylor. Karina Victoria Tuzinski. Linda Nania Walton. Brendan Thomas Wentz. Master of Arts in Global Security Studies Certificate in Intelligence. Thomas Christopher Durrance. Emily Grace Fletcher. John Andrew Hayworth. Jeremy Allen Lee. Dongjin Stephen Lim. Trina Marie Shai. Javon Kamal Waller. Zachary William Zoller. Post-Baccalaureate Certificate in Intelligence. Rachel Andrea Fiegler. Ross Sullivan O'Rourke. Jason Donald Underhill. Master of Arts in Government. T. Alex Barris. Brianna Dawn Baynart. Gabriella Maria Bofelli. Richard Van Cott Busick. Christopher Edward Carhart. Aiden Chang. Megan Lee Chilucci. Caitlin Sikaraki. Robert James Cook. Samantha A. Cook. Cassie Elizabeth Doherty. Rachel Marie Deskin. Jillian Bailey Donovan. John Duda. Ari Brandt Epstein. Devin Shea Feldman. Allison Sarah Friedman. Ian Quinn Gray. Arthur Guerrera. Matthew Hasby. Matthew Gordon Hines. Joel Micah Holmstock. James Huff. Sirwan Fakhruddin Kakarash, Kyle Kondik, Dustin Michael Malm, Tenagri S. Malone, John Theodore Medin, Galen Chase Miller, Eric James Mitchell, Hudson Tate Munoz, Sarah Andrea Ogar, Emika Theodore Opuda, Philando Abdwal Khalis Peterson, Amanda Jill Pike, Taylor Jeffrey Rangel, Alexandra Lee Rosen, Jeffrey L. Sachs, Holden Dwayne Simmons, Liam Robert Stedman, Christopher Michael Sullivan, Joshua Brandon Swan, Sem Toucan, Gokhan Varan, Barrett Thomas Waybright, Justin Holloran Witwicki, Samantha Wyman, Jivi Zudalashvili. Master of Arts in Non-Governmental Organization Management, Valentina Martinez.
Post-Baccalaureate Certificate in Nonprofit Management, Nicholas Peter Bennett, Blair Demers, Joanne Severine Odom, Amanda Michelle Williams. Master of Arts in Public Management, Abdulaziz Al Saud, Gregory Barrow, Adriana Malaya Berry, Sarah Kristen Bittner Connolly, Juan Antonio Camargo, Hanman Cow, Anand Cirillo Sharma, Sarah Curran Chappelle, Ibrahim Munir Chaudhry, Hannah Leslie Chen, Anne Lauren Chimienti, Katya Trata Ciavacho, Helena Korik, Yuxuan Jue, Taylor Catherine Culleton, Zheng Dai, John Maximiliano Deming, Taylor Marie Drady, Mark Evans, Lena Falek Ashit, Milton Guzman, Jeffrey Rael Johnson, Stephen Charles Camboris, Daniel Gregory Kaczynski, Samuel Jean Lander Casper, Grace Youngan Liu, Sarah Adivi Lyons, Maria Cruz Machuca, Kevin William Manuel, Carissa Holly Langer Matern, Jordan David Morand, Shane Francis Mitchell, Andrew Stephen Mitrison, Salvador Goen Ortega, Yariani Perez Nieto, Madison Elise Pearson, Justina Rothenberg, Michael Joseph Shaheen, Yvonne Lee Smith, Chen Fong Wang, Xin Xin, Jenning Zhu, Ao Zhang, Luxuan Zhang, Yuking Zhang. Master of Arts in Public Management, Certificate in Intelligence, Robert James Dempsey. Master of Science in Geospatial Intelligence, Sabrina Volpe. Master of Science in Government Analytics, Adam Bakbanbashi, Maria Lee Battle, Brianna Lee Besh, Erin Colleen Chus, Anna Arwin Collins, Freddie Diaz, Priscilla Army Elliott, Aaron Christopher Franz, Aaron Bradley Freed, Lena Valeria Garcia, John Day Herman, Robert Anson Hopper, Jonathan Shea, James Edward Hubbard, Megan Marie Idle, Jianji Lee, Rachel Ann Martin, Miriam Meddy, Jessica Lauren Morja, Dean Pacelli, Rachel Catherine Gale Patton, Nicholas Ralph Pisciatano, Anna N. Prokofsky, Anjali Fuatawang Ramirez, Kristen Ann Rancourt, Tiffany Faith Seal, Brian Gary Stetton-Benz, Aaron Noel Thomas, Jennifer Lynn Wagner, Tianwan Wang, Christopher Kevin Wilson, Melissa K. Woods, Scott Michael Youngstrom, Jing Zhang. Master of Science in Government Analytics, Certificate in Intelligence, Forrest Ashby. Brenna Caitlin Trumpetto. Post-Baccalaureate Certificate in Government Analytics. Ashley Elizabeth Alley. Natasha Camille Bolden. Owen Dane Larson. Christopher Bernard Laub. Michael James Lockwood. Austin Joel Miller. Elizabeth Kenny O'Neill. Marianne Salm. Certificate in National Security Studies. Evan Gould. Catherine Mary Hine. Master of Liberal Arts. Kothar Ahen. Larry Anderson. Lauren Jill Barnhart. Heidi Bursler. Meredith Christine Bush. Kenneth Scott Bird. Hassan Khalid Charleston. Daniel C. Charlton. Ramiro de Anda. Sarah Ann Grabenhofer. Thomas William Gregg. Anne Louise Hackman. Sarah Cummings Herberger. Michael Hurd. Thomas Mark James. Maria Samantha Wan. Chester Anthony Krakowski. Sabrina LaRoe. Tanya Yvette Lewis. Devin Liddell. Gerald Thomas Linz. Anastasia Sue Lowenthal. Patrick Andrew Mackey. Gaith Madani. Jessica Mahalan. Francine Mundy. Tiffany D. Nez. Curtissa Odie. Jill Annette Riley. Monette Michelle Rios. Reinaldo R. Rodriguez. Carolyn Sparks Ruppel. And Dia J. Santee. Dominic Sellers Blaze. Stephen L. Smith. Jessica Ann Townsend. Carrie Marie Ursu. Megan Cameron Wilberton. Master of Arts in Cultural Heritage Management. Lisa Carol Bergstrom. Lorna Faith Keithley. Daniel Slavit Walber. Master of Arts in Museum Studies. Brittany Arnold. Kimberly Renee Betzel. Nicole Blau. Amanda Harriet Brown. Augusta Lee Carol Brutch. Tyler James Byington. Tiffany Grace Camusi. Sarah Connor. Michaela Eileen Connolly. Laura Ann Della Russo. Sarah Lynn Elsey. Heather Flynn. Asia Rasheim Folk. Andrew Michael Gleason. Colleen Dufton Gregg. Erin Lorraine Harding. Lauren Elizabeth Harrison. Jonah Tobias Hoffman. Denise Michelle Hunt. Carrie Ann Huso. Ellen Merriweather Iverson. Tiffany Amber Jankovic. Christine Lois Jemison. Carrie J. Shun. E. Taliaferro Jones. Caitlin Keene. Robert Paul Kempton. Camille Lee Knudsen. Madeline Lee Lessman. Marina Sophia Lowe. Erin Chandler Lowe. Danielle Erin Manley. Emily Rose Marcello. Christine Marie Mazzello. Sarah McGlone. Sonia Maria McKenney. Abigail Carmen Molina. Emily Isabella Mulkinton. Rocio L. Monsablias. Catherine Cecilia Morel. Michaela Nicole Morrissey. Anna Christine Muckenfoos. Claire Elise Nelson. Austin Ing. Stephanie Marie Nichols. Stephanie Ray Palmer. Anna Eden Parmalee. Karen Rita Perdue. Christopher Nabil Rame. Carolyn Laura Randy. Alexandra Catherine Reardon. Matthew Reichel. Robin Reif. Carly Roche. Ricardo A. Rodriguez. Jennifer Rowe. Monica Nicole Rowell. Hannah Rose Salemi. Eleanor Esther Schultz. Megan Ashley Spack. Tariana Desiree Smith. Casey Nicole Spears. Michael Timothy Stelfox. Hannah Kitchen Stewart. Megan Hollingsworth Stowell. Aaron Sullivan. Rebecca J. Tenbrink. Colleen Catherine Thomas. Paige Marie Tincher. Noni Lynch Tompkins. Kalyani Vanny. David Arthur Vickers. Allison Waite. Chloe Frances Willett. Caitlin Nicole Winslow. Master of Arts in Museum Studies, Certificate in Digital Curation. Eric James Bauman. Tara Sims Karen. Karen Dubroff. Eric Ebner. Margaret Geddes. Miriam Chana Gordon, Julia Danielle Hansen, Catherine Bennett Lusher, Courtney McNamara, Rachel Shana Rabinowitz, Benjamin Cody Todd. Master of Arts in Museum Studies, Certificate in Nonprofit Management. Livia Milena Acosta, Emma Claire Auburn, Rebecca Grace Cordero, Sarah Louise Gibbs. Post-Baccalaureate Certificate in Digital Curation. Emma Hatch, Julia Ricks. Master of Arts in Science Writing. Rebecca Christine Ailes, Layla Salam Al-Masri, Ava Al-Subai, Jennifer Elizabeth Bevis, Elaine Gloria Blacklock, Andrew Joseph Karstens, Jarrett Casanidi, Ann Northrop Connor, Alyssa Nicole Cousins, Maria Rochone Densley, Rebecca Jean Duncan, David Otto Fryer, Jessica Suzanne Frost, Frederick Scott Giffen, Leanne Green, Ann Green, Therese Dolores Grover, Crystal Leda, Nicole Lim, Philip Mariscal, Colin Arthur O'Connor, Carolyn Beatrice Olson, Annie Prudhomme Generoy, Christiane Irene Reiser, Becky Robbins, Michelle Lenore Rosalie, Adrian Claire Sibilia, Alexandra Kaylin Kirby Scammell, Olivia Rose Schreiber, Elian Doria Silverman, Kellen Diane Slater, Lindsay L. Townsend, Rachel Christine Weber, Jessica Wells, Andrew Lord Wolf. Post-Baccalaureate Certificate in Science Writing. Heather Rigdon Holland, Philip Michael Larkin, Joanna E. Lee, Angela Syvac, Anne Renee Thomas, Margaret K. Unkefer, Afton Lorraine Woodward. Master of Arts in Teaching Writing. Mary Llewellyn Corning, Sean Fleming, Precious Terry Ann Lane, Lindsay Ann LaCroix, Erin Buckingham McNamara. Post-Baccalaureate Certificate in Teaching Writing. Sherry Jones, Kimberly Ann Moda Pilgrim. Master of Arts in Writing. Nicole Elizabeth Acachella, Matthew Colson Bingham, Sheila Sullivan Cascarea, Alexander Rachel Klein, John Christopher Morgan, Sean Michelle Knocker, David Lewis Oliver, Susan Partridge Robinson, Leah Spellman, Mark Stoneman, Jared Henry Sullivan, Linda Diane Voss.
Master of Arts in Applied Economics. Vincent A. Franco, Lauren David Adler, Nadir Al-Karousi, Obaida Al-Baroudi, Ivan Alou, Connor Jeffrey Altman, Layden Amini, Samantha Josephine Anderson, Daniel Arias, Remy Leroy Arnold, Shiyu Bai, Robert Nicholas Baldwin, Tamara Barkanoy, Cullen Barnes, Ciara Nicole Barone, Haley Alexandra Berg, Amanda Marie Bitag, Finula Bang Mohammed, Nolan Robert Badis, Rebecca Lauren Brenner, Jade Deanna Brown, Courtney Elizabeth Bai, Michael James Kukoski, Andrew Nicholas Cauldron, Kaylin Marie Campbell, Darlene Diaz Castro, Rayan Chaheen, Jeffrey Robert Chambers, Jiagi Chen, Kijing Chen, Piaoyan Chen, Weiji Chen, Danping Cheng, Jun Cheng, Elizabeth Cruz Chinloy, Igor Chirental, Frank Anthony Cirillo, John Benjamin Cole, Paul Henry Collins, Matthew Patrick Cooley, Ben David Copeland, Ho Chen Kui, Jiasheng Kui, William Alexander Cullen, Sandra Octaviani Darmawan, Ziyu Deng, Yao Ding, Julia B. Doggett, Shan Dong, Xiaonan Dong, Jiahui Du, Tiangi Du, Yuhan Du, Ananta Dua, Andrea Brooke Duty, Nicholas Andrew Eagle, Anastasia Aramenko, Evan Scott Eshelman, Gianni Esparza, Jiayu Fan, Deyang Fang, Yining Fang, Vadim A. Filmonov, Samuel Myers Flanagan, Jennifer Elaine Fletcher, Ricardo Flores, Max Justice Frost, Madeline Kirsten Gallagher, Jeffrey Balagat Gamboa, Yuan Gao, Jiapeng Cao, Ethan Irving Eugene Glidden, Ben Hall, Jared Hamilton, Jai He, Pelyeo He, Andrew Jeffrey Herbener, Eric Daniel Hernandez Delgado, Siryui Hao, Jian Hu, Xiao Yi Hu, Shaiking Hua, Xiao Yi Hua, Wenying Huang, Ziyan Wang, Joan Elise Hughes, Craig Christopher Hilton, James Jackham, Jordan Robert Jam, Zio Chen Ji, Yan Chen Jia, Jianan Jiang, Ian Johnson, Jeffrey McGregor Jones, Sharon Rose Marie Jordan, Dihua Zheng, Boima Seku Kamara, Hejung Kang, Michael John Keller, Brian Clem, Igor Kosunsky, Khadija Anika Lake, Holem Holly Lau, Kyle Michael Lavelle, Dehao Lee, Jiashen Lee, Junhao Lee, Sihyun Lee, Shuyan Lee, Zhufei Lee, Zibo Liang, Kexin Liao, Weiqiong Lin, Mingcheng Liu, Yicheng Liu, Xiaoyu Lu, Yisi Lu, Yuheng Lu, Geiyi Luao, Cheng Liu, Ling Ma, John A. Manny, Elizabeth Anderson McKay, Eric Mazaros Jones, Yiling Miao, Amira Yahya Mustafa, Brian Mowry, Luke William Neal, Jenna Rose Nelson, Ping Ni, Douglas Vernon O'Neill, Charles Akwasi Apoku, Eric Benjamin Oros, Junan Pan, Zachary Richard Pasley, Joseph Newlands Powelski, Pete Predanand, Emmanuel Patrick Pai, Alejandro Ramirez Lemus, Fernando Rodriguez, Sriram Sampath, Catherine Ann Sampson, Nia Sciano Dicola, Anika Marie Schwiers, Ratang Walter Sedimo, Song Tao Sha, Anian Xiao, Chang Sheng, Ying Sheng, Jinpeng Shi, Zintong Shi, Gregory Sikora, Katarzyna Slaby, Adam Sloney, Zintz Song, Cheng Zong, Jeffrey Stephen Soplop, Benjamin A. Spulber, Anne St. Clair, Susan Starkovic, Hanki Sun, Benjamin Andrew Tainter, Jiachun Tang, Aipu Tao, Adam Francis Thacker, Yaxin Tian, Ishmael Torres, Suleiman Tori, William Bradford Town III, Bella Nicole Imotwin, John Andrew Van Hoof, Jaren Joy Verghese, Yikang Wan, Si Wang, Qi Wang, Shengyu Wang, Xiaoyu Wang, Xingyi Wang, Yingying Wang, Yu Wang, Jihao Wang, Ziting Wang, Shusuke Watanabe, Clayton Trevor Weymouth, Mitchell Kendrick White, Tyler Mackenzie Wise, Brian McCullough Wiseman, Jia Zhang Wu, Zinman Wu, Qiong Jia, Xiaohui Zhang, Jiahao Zhu, Shenkai Zhu, Nan Yan, Huajia Yang, Tian Yang, Yi Yang, Zhuo Yang, Stefan Andrew York, Demetrios Zampalakis, Jiofan Zhang, Jiayu Zhang, Jinwan Zhang, Qiayu Zhang, Qian Zhang, Shuyu Zhang, Ziyi Zhang, Weilu Zhang, Yigong Zhang, Yuguing Zhao, Zhang Tuoming Zhao, Vijia Jian, Zufeng Isin Zheng, Hua Zhao, Wexiao Zhao, Heiyu Zhu, Lin Lin Zhu, Yu Chen Zhu, Colby Stephan Ziegler, Joshua Zeev, Huachu Zuo. Postmaster Certificate in Quantitative Methods in Applied Economics. Aksam Faiz Ahmad, Jennifer Lynn Blakely, Mauricio Cardenas Gonzalez, Jeremy Yahan Domergue, Casey Williams Ross. Masters in Biotechnology Enterprise and Entrepreneurship. Jibin J. Abraham, Elena Barovic, Gabriel Basagalita, Eric Blixt, Gary Michael Chu, Megan Rose Crail, Haley Dumke, Naftali Z. Frankel, Surina Gulati, Yanchi Guo, Lara Patron Henry, Derek William Inselman, Diana Helen Johnson, Lucas Wenjon Ju, Karen Zaiping Ju, Angela Monique Knight, Michael Lieberman, Kristen Jiahui Lin, Judith Maria Lytle, James Michael Matthew, Daniel A. McKelvey, Dean Nielsen, Burku Celine Oze, Stephen Brady Patterson, Caroline Joanne Smellick, Misa Sugui, Kwa Viet Tron, Yingchu Zhao. Certificate in Biotechnology Enterprise. Alexandra McDonald, Melina Robinson, Adrian Nicole Williams. Master of Science in Bioinformatics. Michael Javier Bale, Christy Lavin Beers, Taylor Marcia Brown, Joseph Bruno Buccina, Alyssa B. Caffrey, Karen B. Chapman, Disha Chaube, Sharjil Chaudhry, Chi Leong Chiang, Sai Shruthai Krista Vajula, Sung Wang Cho, Justin Chow, Michael Joseph Colgan, Anthony Saroff Gray, Sharon Mariko Gray, Trisha Gulati, Stephanie Portia Howe, Nadim Hussein, Divya Kilam, Bamlak Kim, Andrew R. Kostic, Jiang Li, Zongrong Li, Patrick Hungyu Lin, Winston Lin, Qingchen Liu, Kelvin Xingcheng Lu, Dana Laura Marie Madil, Dana Lauren McDaniel, Said Muhai, J. H. Park, Lauren Elizabeth Peters, Joseph Platzer, Shashi Bikram Pudel, Daniel Faraj Preston, Christina Princes, Peter Alexander Ramdiel, Jianlan Ren, Lauren Elizabeth Scheffler, Jolyn Seaver, Armand Solimesian, Derek James Smith, Matthew David Smith, Abby B. Spangler, David Carl Streed, Chen Yu Xian, Dana Marie Chuempi, Manisha Shashidharan Warrior.
Fengray Xiang.
Master of Science in Biotechnology. Nicholas Aborden, Alexis Aceves, Aliyah Danielle Adams, Akanksha Agarwal, Alero Simon Kolia Agogo Via Pew, Ola Turera Oyindamola Aina, Bader Alotayibi, Devin Appel, Crystal Akia Plyman, Sapida Ascari, Adimbe A. Atanda, Constance Danielle Atkins, Kiambria Jamis Atkinson, Nabil Abbas Atawala, Ararat Avoyan, Leslie Uchechi Aziki, Camille Barr, Yadwinder Kaur Bal, Brielle Ann Barnard, Rukayat Temitope Bello, Sarah Elizabeth Berlin, Apurva Ashok Bapkar, Luciano Anthony Bianco, Benedict Charles Boach, Jacob Andrew Bockelman, Kelly Bois, Sauger Numa Monia Bonkungu, Nicholas William Brinker, Isaac Bronson, Stephen Michael Brown, Joshua Brownlee, Pierre Luigi Bruschetta, Piper Nix Burrow, Sarah Nicole Kale, Lee Zanowski Callender, Christina Ann Campbell, Alexandria Lee Case, Ashley Costin, Jamie Nicole Castle, Rashekar Chakravorty, Daniel Marshall Chalk, Elizabeth Chang, Wan Yi Chen, Angie Chia, Mansi Chovatia, Nicole Renee Choco, Alexandra Victoria Coffey, Dariana Colina, Miranda Jane Connery, Jean Karen Conchina, Elizabeth Rose Cordero, Wade Austin Korn, Alicia Nicole Coronado, Asar Lufti Kroll Abrahams, Hannah Elizabeth Daly, Pegah Devani Nejad, Matthew DeChico, Alani Diamond, Esti Dilly, Tao Hong Din, Danielle Leticia Ebele, Yilam Diana Eng, Brenda Helen Ensminger, Toma Evanoff, Kyle Allen Evans, Kendall Ellis Fahmy, Douglas Taylor Falk, Robin Farmer, Alyssa Fatic, Iona Anda Fidelis Muller, Victoria Lauren Ferguson, Reed Firestone, Tone Barron Flatham Reimers, Daniel Lee Fletcher, James Edward Flynn, Alexa Christine Fort, Marnie Sloan Friedlander, Vitor Alexandre Fung, Jacob Colston Furcolo, Matthew Charles Gallman, Jacqueline Alexis Garcelle, Corey Lee Garapi, Carly Jensemer, Akshata Gibson, Carolyn Laura Gill, Neelam Gill, Nadine Yananiso Gomba Komba, Lillian B. Gonzalez, John Brando Walters Grant, Elizabeth Ashley Grief, Denisha Ronell Grimes, Cody David Grissom, Kevin David Guerrero, Pratibha Gururang, David Michael Haberman, Taylor Simone Halestock, Victoria Lucy Hamlin, Shannon Marie Hartley, Hamza Hassan, Jennifer Elizabeth Howenstein, Katrina Marielle Hayes, Maria E. Henley, Chloe Kirsten Herkseg, Heather Renee Herron, Tara Hewitt, William Henry Hogue, Jennifer Henji Hong, Linda Christine Hong, Wendy Xu, Hua Huang, Keith Douglas Hutchinson, Jessica Y. Idowu, Pavan Jagannathan, Ying Jiang, Curran Michael Johnston, Jason Douglas Joy, Emma Kylie Joyner, Simran Kalsi, Nari Kang, Jenny Lorraine Cantor, Akanksha Rajiv Kapoor, Alex Karnal, Julia May Kelleher, Alison Kansiski, Adil Aga Khan, Jamal Uddin Azam Khan, Sheena Khan, Aditya Kedkar, Felicia Kidd, Ashley Kilgore, Aaron Huan Kim, Alexander Samson Kim, Alexis Gayung Kim, Ashley Kim, Steve Sangjin Kim, Sungjin Kim, Aqua A. Contour, Hugh Cromer, Solani Kumar, Byakya Laminchani, Sanabar Latif, Sarah Nicole Lauchner, Savannah Gates Ledford, Younggrim Lee, Suhan Lee, Erica Catherine Lader, Bokang Lee, Minchi Lee, Michaela Isabel Lievi, Jane Liu, Elizabeth Sachiko Los, Corinna Lopez, John J. Lott, Lenice Maria Lowe, Dina Lyon, Danica May Tolentino Manalo, Stacy Audrey Manuel, Jennifer Clark Matthews, Anulu Wapor Akere Dulu Matix, Christina Noel Maxwell, Dylan Gray Maxwell, Amber Lene Mason, Russell Jensen McLaughlin, Madison Elizabeth McMahon, Alexander Arsenio Mestra, Andrew Christopher Mickelson, Sayali Atul Mulay, Leanne Mulholland, Kristen Nicole Mullins, Ryan Martin Musso, Susanna S. Najira, Hawk Navaz, Alyssa Lee Nelson, Andrea Pham Huynh, Bridget Huang Mai Huynh, Richard Kwong Huynh, Andrew Christian Nolan, Sierra Silver Norman, Monica Justina Novak, Stephanie Boatema Intim, Erin Marie Nugent, Novak R. Absenica, Obiageri Ugochi Okafor, Stefan Kylie Owens, Carolyn Lurleen Palmer, Kayla Danielle Palmer, Balint Kadusha Ponder, Jaihong John Park, Ruchi Pramod Patel, Pujita Rajiv Pathak, Alexandra Kathleen Patrikas, Holly Peary, Shannon Aaliyah Peters, Leo Julius Pierce, Ramal Luna Pinlack, Aaron Michael Pyle, Seen Pio, Shruti Rajagopalan, Srinath Rajendran, Virant Kishore Rakolia, Sunny Rampuria, Rufiat Akifa Rashid, Nevatita Ravi, Bhumika Ruwindra Reddy, Ashar Ali Ravji, Brianna Jamila Reed, Cecilia Rencelli, Peyton N. Reynolds, Charlotte H. Rivas, Jermaine Ihazeli Robertson, Madison Roney, Alexandria Elizabeth Rosheim, Galina Rotter, Felicia Marie Beltran Ruiz, Michelle Marie Ryan, Justin Lee Sabo, Nanthini Sadagopan, Kimya Dana Sadaki, Shruti Sitharaman, Deepa Sharma, Chauncey Dwayne Shaw, Hamta Shoei, Jaesung Schrader, Samit Kaur Sidhu, Jeff Simon, Corley Catherine Simons, Radhika Singh, Courtney Lee Smith, Rachel Smith, Stephen Albert Smith, Hannah Sragovich, Cynthia Delise Stevens, Monica Stewart, Anne Marie Strasbow, Danielle Strimling, Bibi Shaliza Subhan, Fatin Alia Sahadi, Arasali Tabaris, Kenneth Tang, Anne Clarice Tavera, Bethel Tay, Brianna Elizabeth Taylor, Fikre Tessema, Oriana Jacqueline Thomas, Joshua Liam Jocosorio, Brian Toe, Ryan F. Toma, Deepti Pai Tonsei, Van Quinty Trang, Terrell Ozark Turin, Esmeralda Vallejo, Jason Garrett Van Egmond, Matthew Allen Voorhees, Wasima Wahid, John P. Walsh, Haibo Wang, Jared Eugene Washington Tolbert, Joshua Philip Watkinson, Kirsten Noel Weary, Marissa Rose Weiss, Chi Wen, Lauren Swanson White, Rochelle Wigan, Bryce Williams, Sasha Afia Williams, Zachary Pennington Williams, Jessica Marie Whitman, Jia Wu, Lily Wu, Min Wu, Yue Shu, Jason Kyusun Yang, Ji Woon Yu, Michael Edward Zekaner, Kai Zhang, Qinghui Zhang. Master of Science in Biotechnology, Certificate in Science, Technology, and International Security, Anisha Zaman. Post-Baccalaureate Certificate in Science, Technology, and International Security, Emma Louisa Alley, Michelle Hamilton, William Albert Ostermeyer. Master of Science in Food Safety Regulation, Carla Shami, Arlen Rashad Gibson, Jenny Hong, Amanda Nicole Johns, Marissa Josephine Laun, Felicity Matus, Nicole Poole, Jorge Rodriguez, Lindsay Woods Ross, Haley Elizabeth Stauffer, Yiwa Sun, Julie Ann Taylor. Master of Science in Individualized Genomics and Health, Nahushi Baharadwaj, Anthony Manuel Cruz, Tawny Lee Hammett, Bryce Jonathan Hickey, Dixie Hoyle, Jenna Ariel Mamolo, Min Young Renner, Chin Zhu. Master of Science in Regulatory Science, Tolani Lizzie Akinyemi, Monet LaShawn Brown, Matthew Campagna, Nathan William Canny, Kathleen Louise Carson, Megan Elizabeth Cup, Fernando Dangon, Sarah Michelle Evans, Rebecca Angelia Fansler, John Michael Gushin, Caitlin Mackenzie Hameister, Nicholas James Harrison, Shah Tahir Hashmi, Augusta Olin Haynau, Olga Lizette Herrera, Feng Li Rebecca Howe, Jennifer Ann Hauk, Maria Elena Huitrado Duarte, Serge Incangamino Wayalika, Mavish Iqbal, Monica Renee Jones, Judson Mark Katz, Faiza Afzal Khan, Shraddha Kamanduri, Eva Magdalena Kwasnik, Cassie Jade Lai, Mackenzie Lambert, Rebecca Leconte Lazich, Jenny Lee, Drew Matthew Lingerick, Derek J.C. Lynch, Katie McNeil, Melissa Stefania Miranda, Shauki Hamdi Mograbi, Adam Ahmed Noor, Adesola Folasad Odia, Wesley Hualong Pao, Adora Parker, Kelly Patrick, Julie Xiong Porter, Amtul Mohi Quadri, Karen Ann Rhodes, Terry Tennille Richmond, Kathleen Anna Ryan, Lori Joy Simmons, Baljit Singh, Sheila Nicole Smith, Theo Thea So, Jason Andrew Starkey, Aaron Steinberg, Dana Gisela Zuchik, Simone Murray Thomas, Maureen Adongo Todd, Vian Vo, Wesley Francis Weiss, Mary Catherine Wojcinski. Postmaster's Certificate in Sequence Analysis and Genomics. Gil M. Chaco, Raul Alexander Gonzalez. Master of Science in Energy Policy and Climate. Eric James Allen, Matthew Graham Allen, Brett Catherine Alerting Kerfman, Aria Assad Sangabi, Ryan David Brick, Lori Griffin Byron, Anne Elizabeth Clancy, Jeffrey David Clark, Margaret Jennifer Devine, Lee Lockwood Ewing, William A. Garland, Sapna Dilip Jiwala, Rachel Goldstein, Francisco Guerra, Graham Hayden, Erwin Kim, Alexandra Kovalik, Winnie Lam, Paulina Littlefield, Kylie Tora Basuki Liu, Ingrid Allison Lobet, Michael Robert Matthews, Richard Peterson Morton, Sasha P. Shrivastava, Dakota Stormer, Jessica Blake Terry, Brian Wolschlager. Master of Science in Environmental Sciences and Policy. Mackenzie Dawn Allen, Brooke Ann Apperson, Lydia Francine Bednarski, Alexander Lewis Burke, Jennifer Suzanne Black, Anne Elizabeth Bonner, Morgan Elaine Bowden, Jeffrey James Boyle, Jenna Marie Briscoe, Stephanie Elaine Brown, Garrett Allen Bush, Alex Wingar Chen, Jessica Ann Coria, Stephanie Baclagan Demeuga, Olivia Catherine Feldman, Lee Kellett Fletcher, Claire Yuan Flynn, Amanda Lee Forsey, Jessica Friedman, Amanda Malley Genovese, Rosanna N. Getty, Nicole Good, Olivia Ann Hagan, Brandon Protus Haley, Brianna Kristen Hanlon, Alex Kathleen Henderson, Ivan Alexander Hernandez, Sid Robert Hoover, June Hope, McCary Anthony Hudson, Allison Marie Iberl, Thomas Bates Jensen, Gabrielle R. Jett, Maya Callan, Mohsin Abbas Kazmi, Jessica Inez Tulip Kelsey, Elizabeth Kathleen Kiernan, Allison Elizabeth Late, Lauren Nicole Limming, Bingqing Liu, Taylor Jordan McElroy, Brooke Ashley McHanson, Jessica Catherine McReynolds, Sarah Menon, Jason Michael Newman, Gerald Aloysius O'Leary, Juliet Chanel Orozco, Moon Gungaman Setanvan Pancom, Samantha Adair Parker, Kimberly Crocker Pearson, Ashley Marie Pryor, Michelle Lee Richardson, Gail Eliana Rios Vidal, Lisa Schindler, Vanessa Marie Schoenfeld, Joshua Benjamin Schumann, Paul Andre Sochenko, Richard Michael Solazzo, Pariza Soleimanafar, Edward Philippe Spiekert, Tracy Ann Spencer, Jacqueline Spicer, Lorelei Beth Styrian, Erica Lee Stone, Jack Oliver Sunderland, David Matthew Taylor, Jessica Rose Thurber, Grace Vermeer Van Horn, Reagan L. Wilhelm, Erica Marie Wolf, Michael R. Wozniak, Nicole Lauren Zimmerman, Master of Science in Environmental Sciences and Policy, Certificate in Geographic Information Systems. Ashley Schroeder, Natalie Telfor, Devin Michael Wagoner, Brianna Nicole Williams. Master of Science in Geographic Information Systems. Brenton Arrington, Manuel Lee Cahuguran, Andres J. Cardinal, Shelby Elizabeth Cropper, Keith Patrick Fort, Kelsey Lynn Gershar, Hannah Michelle Gonzalez, Paul Greg Greenow, Eric Utei Wong, Morgan C. Lamon, Ed Cyril Ernest Lopez Malonga, Matthew Louis Marapodi, Kelsey Johanna Maves, Sarah Mercereau, Natalie Austin Morgan, Paul Morris, Dawn Marie Therese Myers, Christopher Lawrence Orndorff, Amanda Wade Ostrander, Kurt Matthew Plyman, Christopher James Rehak, Jordan Elizabeth Riley, Josiah Todd Riesinger, Nikiga Nikhil Shah, Donald Shaw, Scott Michael Shibley, Frank Christopher Sindacco, Samantha Strang, Courtney Lee Sester, Kevin James Talon, Joseph David Tapanez, Sarah Jean Verona, Kaiko Yamakawa, Andrew Paul Yen. Graduate Certificate in Geographic Information Systems. Kelly Ann Collins, Owen Lagrone, Aaron James McDowell, Hannah Margaret Reardon.
Once again, congratulations to the class of 2020. We were honored to celebrate with you today, and on behalf of the Johns Hopkins University, the provost, the dean, our distinguished guest speaker, and the faculty, we all wish you much success as you continue to grow in your professional career.
Congratulations!